When you look at the ocean, it just seems like ordinary water. But in its depths, there are creatures that no one has ever seen. Mutants, giant squids, and beings capable of dragging ships to the bottom. And this is no fiction, it's reality. Today we'll unveil the ocean's most terrifying secrets, including mysterious disappearances from ships, underwater cities, dead zones where an eerie silence reigns, monsters and mutants that look like alien life, and other spine-chilling facts. Are you ready to discover what lurks in the deep? So buckle up, it's gonna be scary. Why do ships and planes disappear in the Bermuda Triangle? Because it's a mysterious place where strange things happen, and no one really knows why. Could there be a real black hole there that's pulling everything in? No, it's not a black hole, but there are theories about strong underwater currents, unusual weather, or even navigation errors that might confuse people. Could the Bermuda Triangle be connected to aliens? Some people believe that and say aliens might be abducting ships and planes, but there's no evidence yet, it's just speculation. Is it true that compasses go crazy and stop working there? Yes, there are sometimes magnetic anomalies in that area that can make compasses point in the wrong direction. So what's the real reason behind all these disappearances? There could be many reasons: bad weather, human errors, strong currents, and strange magnetic fields. But the exact answer is still unknown. This mysterious section of the ocean is notorious for its disappearances. But what if we dive deeper, to where the waters themselves start to resemble a parallel world? How can lakes exist right on the ocean floor? Deep sea lakes are areas of water at the bottom of the ocean that are saltier and denser than the surrounding water. They look like small underwater lakes. Why doesn't the water in these lakes mix with the rest of the ocean? Due to the high concentration of salt and other chemicals, the water in these lakes is so dense that it doesn't mix with regular ocean water, much like oil and water. Could anything unusual live in these lakes? Yes. Strange organisms that have adapted to the extremely salty and toxic water can survive in these conditions. These might include unique bacteria and microorganisms. Why are these lakes so interesting to scientists? Because they can provide insights into how life can survive in extreme conditions. It's like peering into another world right at the bottom of the ocean. Can these lakes be found anywhere other than the ocean? So far, these lakes are only found on the ocean floor. But scientists believe that similar conditions might exist on other planets where there is water and extreme environments. These underwater lakes look like alien landscapes, but even more terrifying is what lurks in their dark waters. Creatures whose size and power challenge human comprehension. Is it true that giant squids can be as big as a bus? Yes, it's true. Giant squids can grow up to 13 meters long, about the size of a school bus. How can they survive in such deep waters where there's no light? They live in very deep, dark waters, but their large eyes help them see even in low light. This allows them to hunt at great depths. Is it true that giant squids can attack whales? Yes, they actually fight with sperm whales. Sperm whales eat squids, but the squids don't go down without a fight, leaving marks from their powerful suckers on the whale's skin. Why do giant squids have such long tentacles? Their long tentacles help them grab prey from a distance. They work like arms that reach out and catch food while keeping the rest of the body safe. Why have so few people seen giant squids alive? Because they live at great depths in the ocean, where almost no one goes. They are rarely caught on camera, which is why they remain some of the most mysterious creatures in the world. These monsters of the deep resemble nightmares, but imagine creatures that not only frighten with their appearance, but can also influence your mind. Can underwater creatures make a person see hallucinations? Yes, some underwater creatures can release toxins or chemicals that may cause hallucinations in humans, especially those who dive into their environment. Which creatures can cause such strange effects? For example, some jellyfish and fish release substances that can affect the brain, causing strange visions, dizziness, and even loss of orientation. Why does this happen? Why do they have such abilities? It might be a defense mechanism or a way of hunting. For instance, toxins help jellyfish protect themselves from predators or stun their prey. Can these creatures be dangerous for divers and underwater explorers? Yes, encounters with such creatures can be dangerous, especially if diving deep or in unfamiliar areas. Hallucinations can lead to panic or disorientation underwater. How can you protect yourself from such dangerous encounters underwater? It's important to know what you might encounter and avoid contact with unfamiliar or poisonous creatures. Always dive with equipment that can help prevent toxins from entering your body. When your mind starts playing tricks on you in the abyssal depths, everything becomes even more sinister, even the very space around you, which turns disturbingly quiet. Why can't you hear almost any sounds in the zone of silence? Because it's a place in the ocean where sounds don't travel, and even the loudest noises just disappear. Why can't sounds travel in the zone of silence? It's due to special conditions. The temperature, pressure, and salinity there are such that sound gets muffled, like in a thick blanket. Is it true that unknown creatures might be hiding there because of this? It's quite possible. The zone of silence is so poorly explored that who knows what mysterious creatures might be hiding there in the quiet. How does this place affect ships and submarines? Ships and submarines can lose communication or get off course because their equipment and radars might not work properly in these conditions. Why do people know so little about this zone? This zone is hard to reach and dangerous to study. Regular equipment doesn't work there, and the conditions are so challenging that even modern technologies face difficulties. But sometimes the silence is just the beginning, because when an empty ship appears drifting aimlessly on the waves, you can't help but wonder, who or what could have left it abandoned? Why are ghost ships without crews still found in the ocean? Ghost ships are vessels that drift in the ocean without a crew. They are found floating aimlessly, and no one knows what happened to the people on board. What could make a crew abandon a ship and disappear? Crews might abandon a ship due to accidents, pirates, bad weather, or even panic. Sometimes people vanish, but the ship remains. Can these ships be dangerous to other vessels? Yes, ghost ships can be dangerous because they are unmanned and can collide with other vessels or cause accidents. Are there signs of struggle or anything strange on ghost ships? Sometimes these ships have unexplainable things. No signs of struggle, food on tables, everything frozen in time, but no people around. Why are stories of ghost ships so popular and frightening? Because they are real maritime mysteries with no clear answers. People are always intrigued by the unknown, especially when it's something mystical and scary. These abandoned vessels drifting aimlessly remind us that the ocean is full of not just scary legends, but real threats, like mutated creatures capable of anything. Is it true that real mutants live in the ocean? Yes, there are animals in the ocean that have mutated due to pollution, radiation, or simply the strange living conditions in the deep sea. What kinds of mutants are most common? You often find fish with extra eyes, unusual colors, or deformed fins. Some mutants look like creatures straight out of monster movies. Can these mutants be dangerous to humans? Most of them aren't dangerous, but some can have toxins or look so strange that it's best not to touch them. It's important to remember they are still living creatures. Why do mutants appear specifically in the ocean? The ocean is vast and full of pollutants like chemical waste and radiation. These conditions can cause mutations in marine life. Can nature create mutants without human interference? Absolutely. Mutations can occur naturally, especially at great depths where conditions are extreme. Creatures with unusual shapes and abilities can be found there, ones you'd never see on the surface. These monsters from radioactive depths terrify with their appearance. But what if I told you there are volcanoes whose eruptions sustain life in the most insane conditions? What are black smokers and why are they so hot? Black smokers are underwater volcanoes that spew boiling water and minerals. The water there can be hotter than 400 degrees Celsius. How can anything survive near such extreme conditions? Amazingly, whole ecosystems live near black smokers. Bacteria, worms, and strange creatures have adapted to these harsh conditions. Why is the water coming out of smokers so black? The water is black because of the high amount of minerals and metals that are released from the Earth's crust along with the water. Could there be life there that's like alien life? Yes, scientists believe that if similar conditions exist on other planets, the life there could resemble the life found near black smokers. Why are black smokers so interesting to scientists? Because they can help us understand how life started on Earth and where else in the universe living organisms might exist under extreme conditions. These underwater volcanoes look as if they were designed specifically to sustain bizarre forms of life. Now imagine the ocean can conceal sounds that no one has yet explained. What are those strange sounds coming from the depths of the ocean, and who is making them? The ocean is often filled with mysterious sounds that no one can explain. They resemble loud bangs, hums, or even screams, and no one knows where they come from. Could these be the voices of unknown creatures or even monsters? Possibly. Some believe that these sounds are made by giant sea creatures we haven't discovered yet. It adds to the mystery and makes it a bit scary. Is it true that these sounds can be heard over vast distances? Yes, some of these sounds are so powerful that they can be heard hundreds of kilometers underwater. Scientists still don't fully understand how this is possible. Could these sounds be signals from another planet? There are such theories, but there's no evidence yet. Most scientists believe these sounds have an earthly origin, but no one knows for sure. Why are these sounds so hard to study? The ocean is vast and deep, and sounds travel differently underwater. Finding the source of a sound is difficult, and it requires a lot of time and technology, which are not always up to the task. These mysterious sounds seem to hint at the presence of something unknown, and when strange structures and objects are found in the depths, it becomes clear. These could be traces of forces we can't even begin to imagine. What are underwater anomalies, and why do they scare scientists? Underwater anomalies are strange occurrences on the ocean floor that have no clear explanation. These can include mysterious sounds, disappearing objects, or unusual magnetic fields. Can underwater anomalies affect ships and submarines? Yes, some anomalies can disrupt equipment, interfere with instruments, and even throw underwater vessels off course, making them dangerous for sailors. Could there be something supernatural in these places? Some people believe these anomalies are linked to aliens or ancient technologies, but there's no proof of that. It's just theories and mysteries. Why are scientists so eager to study these anomalies? Because they could reveal new knowledge about our planet, its history, and even possible forms of life that we haven't discovered yet. Is there a way to prevent the dangers of underwater anomalies? For now, scientists are trying to learn more about these phenomena to develop technologies that can help navigate around such areas and protect ships and people. Structures and objects on the ocean floor raise the question, what else lies hidden in the depths? Possibly remnants of lost civilizations harboring their dark secrets. Could there be ancient cities hidden underwater that we haven't found yet? Yes, there could be ruins of entire cities lying beneath the oceans, sunken thousands of years ago, like underwater ghosts of the past. How did these civilizations end up at the bottom of the ocean? Many of them sank due to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or rising sea levels. Nature didn't spare even the greatest cities. Is it true that Atlantis was a real place? Atlantis is a legend about a sunken civilization. Many believe it could have existed, but there's no proof yet. It remains one of the greatest mysteries. Why is it so hard to find these sunken cities? Because they are deep underwater, covered with sand and vegetation. Plus, the ocean is vast, and finding something specific takes years of exploration. Could there be anything valuable in these ruins? Absolutely. There could be ancient artifacts, treasures, and knowledge that could tell us a lot about our past and lost cultures. Legends of sunken cities are both frightening and alluring. But even more shocking are natural phenomena that can swallow ships like whirlpools of fear. What are ocean whirlpools, and can they swallow a ship? Ocean whirlpools are giant water vortices that can suck in anything nearby, but they are usually dangerous only for smaller vessels. Why do these whirlpools form in the ocean? They form due to strong currents, winds, and temperature differences in the water. Sometimes currents collide, creating a powerful vortex. Are there whirlpools in the ocean that never stop? Yes, some whirlpools can spin for years because they are fueled by constant ocean currents, like the whirlpool in the Norwegian Sea. Can whirlpools be so big that they're visible from space? Yes, some whirlpools are so large that they can be seen from satellites. They look like giant spirals on the water surface. Why are ocean whirlpools dangerous for sailors? They can throw ships off course, pull in small boats, and even trap divers. The water in the center of the whirlpool moves so fast that escaping from it is nearly impossible. These giant whirlpools look like gaping maws ready to swallow everything in their path, but even they pale in comparison to the trenches and chasms where the sense of space itself disappears. What lies hidden in the massive whirlpools and trenches at the ocean floor? These whirlpools and trenches are deep cracks in the ocean floor, so enormous that even large ships could disappear if they get too close. Why are these trenches so dangerous? They are dangerous because of the strong currents that can pull in anything that comes near. Powerful underwater movements in these areas can destroy everything around them. Can you see these trenches from the ocean surface? No, you can't see them from the surface because they are deep underwater, but scientists use submersibles and maps to study these dangerous zones. Could unknown creatures be hiding in these trenches? Yes, scientists believe that in such deep and inaccessible places, there could be creatures we haven't discovered yet. It's like an unknown underwater world. Why are trenches and whirlpools so interesting to researchers? Because they can reveal a lot about how the Earth was formed and help us understand other planets with oceans and trenches. It's a whole unexplored world right at the bottom of our ocean. Deep trenches and chasms at the ocean floor make you wonder what monsters lurk in their shadows, where darkness and cold reign, and the most terrifying predators set the rules. How deep in the ocean do monsters live that we know almost nothing about? Deep-sea predators live at depths of up to 4,000 meters, where complete darkness and extreme cold reign. Why do they look so creepy and terrifying? These predators have adapted to the darkness and pressure. They have huge teeth, glowing body parts, and bizarre shapes to survive in such harsh conditions. How do they find their prey in total darkness? Some use bioluminescence. They glow in the dark to lure their prey right to them, like a lamp attracting insects. Why do deep-sea predators have such big mouths and teeth? They have large mouths and sharp teeth to grab and hold on to any prey they come across. At such depths, you can't afford to miss a meal. It's too rare. Is it true that deep-sea predators can have eyes as big as saucers? Yes, their eyes are enormous to catch even the slightest light in total darkness. This helps them spot prey when others can't. These creatures with terrifying teeth and reflective eyes seem made to remind us of how vulnerable we are in these waters, especially when faced with the deepest darkness of the ocean. What lies hidden at the bottom of the world's deepest point, the Mariana Trench? The Mariana Trench is the deepest place in the ocean, where it's dark, cold, and the pressure is so intense that survival seems nearly impossible. Yet strange and unknown creatures still live there. Why do people rarely go down there? Diving to such depths is challenging and dangerous. The pressure is so immense that it can crush even underwater vessels. Special robots and submersibles are needed for such missions. What kinds of creatures can live in such an extreme environment? There are amazing creatures, like transparent fish that glow in the dark, strange shrimp, and animals with giant eyes to see in total darkness. Could there be something in the Mariana Trench that we can't even imagine? Absolutely. Considering how little we know about these depths, there could be organisms and life forms that we have never seen or studied before. Why are scientists so eager to study the Mariana Trench? Because it's like exploring a new planet right here on Earth. The Mariana Trench can help us understand how life can survive in the most extreme conditions, and it might even provide clues about life on other planets.